Hi guys, it's Keely, and today I have kind of like a story time thing to share. I was watching Jessie V, and she has V Times. She's a very popular YouTuber, and I was watching all her story times, and I was like, damn, I need to do one. So I'm going to talk about the car accidents I've been in. So they're not anything crazy, like I wasn't hurt in any of them. So yeah, I just wanted to share like the crazy kind of stories I've had. So, just to get you filled in, I drive a black Chevy Cruze, you know, like it's like a mid-size car or something crazy, not too long, not too fast, you know, whatever. I'm 19, I just drive a Chevy Cruze. I love it. So there I have three of them, three car problems, and I was in the car for only two of them. You'll find out who the last one was in. So the first one starts about maybe a year ago, and I was driving through, there was like a little plaza, and I just come from like Salvation Army to look at like, I don't even know what I was doing in there. I just like to browse in those kind of stores and be like, what kind of weird stuff can I find in here? So I was going through there, and then I was done, and I got back to the parking lot, but the parking lot was super small. It's like one of those little like strip kind of things, like a strip mall. It's really small, and like a corner, this much space between like parking spots from like this side and this side, so there's only like one person can really go through, and it's like a main road going both ways this way. So I was going this way behind like a Taco Bell, and that's your first problem, if you're near a Taco Bell. There must be an idiot who just ate like 6 box meals, and they are too lazy to turn around and look in their mirrors. That's what happened to me. So he had a truck, and I guess, you know, he parked in like forward, so his back was sticking out towards like the road, or like the passway. So I'm behind him, you know, I'm going like 30 because this parking spot is like, this parking lot is super tight. So I'm going 30, you know, looking around because there's crazy drivers going like vroom and vroom. So I'm just there looking like an old lady, like and then I'm going, and then this stupid ass truck man decides to just go. I'm like, here, and he's like, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, if I would have stopped, he would have crunched me anyways. If I would have sped up, I still would have had some of my car crunched. So I started laying on the horn thinking he might look in one of his mirrors, for God's sake. But no, didn't look in a mirror. He just literally like just backed up. He didn't even check like his right and his left and his front and his back, and you know, he didn't even look. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, my car is so small, I'm gonna get crunched into an ant-sized piece. So he comes out, and I'm honking on the horn, like laying on the horn, hoping he'll stop. Doesn't stop, just goes, and I'm like, he's on the passenger side door, so I was by myself in the car, and I just like, it's like the worst feeling knowing you're in the car when your car is being crunched. Like, it's a truck. It was like a Chevy Silverado. It was a big old truck, and I'm just like holding the wheel, bearing life, and he just goes, backs right up into me, like halfway into my car. Like, my car was like, So he crunches into me and crunches the passenger door and the door behind the passenger door. So I'm literally scared. Like, my car's making all this kind of sounds. The check engine light turned on. It's just stopped. I couldn't even like turn the car back on. It was really scary. He went so fast, just going, and he crunched me, and I was so scared, you know, like I'm just like holding on for dear life, looking, knowing I'm gonna get crunched by the back of a truck. So I'm freaking out. I'm wondering like, oh my god, is he gonna crunch me so hard it's gonna get me somehow? Like, it's gonna go all the way to the passenger side. It stops about halfway, and he finally realizes he's hit a car. Once he's like halfway through my car, and I'm like, I'm in like a daze. I get out of the car, and I'm like, and he comes out of his car, and he's like, oh, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I was in your way. I must have, you know, I was just sitting behind your car when you started to back up. Girl, I was going. He wasn't paying attention. So he's backed right up into me, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't, because I don't think this would happen if you would have seen me there. So he doesn't even care that he hit my car. He doesn't even care that he crunched half my car. And I'm sitting there freaking out. I'm calling my boyfriend. I'm like, girl, what do I do? What do I do? I felt crunching the car, and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, And I guess you have to call the police when you get a car accident or something, because it wasn't near the police station. So I call them, and they're like, is anyone hurt? I'm like, no. And he's like, what happened, or whatever, and I explained, I was like, I was going through, and then this guy decided to whip out of his spot and crunch the back of me, and he's like, okay, you know, what color car does he have? And I was like, silver, and the guy's just like, actually, it's light brown. And I'm like, I don't care what the fuck color your car is right now. And then, what else? I'm like, I didn't know, I was like, the other question was like, what kind of car does he have? And I'm like, a truck. And the guy's like, it's a Chevy Silverado. And I'm like, I don't care. And this guy pops a smoke and he's just sitting there knowing he's in shit, but he doesn't care. And my car was horrendous. I needed to get 2 new doors. And yeah, I couldn't open any of the doors. It was horrible to drive. I looked like a woman driver because of it. And his car had like a little ding, like a little maybe like scratch across the bumper of the car. So the police officer at the police station, when he went the next day, he went too. And I didn't get, it wasn't my fault, so I didn't have to pay anything, not the deductible or anything. He took all of it, so my insurance is awesome. It covers me for a rental car as long as I need it. So I got that. So second story is, well not really, it's not really a story, it's kind of like I was parked in that same goddamn parking lot, zooming around, people everywhere. I was just in Salvation Army, shopping around like I regularly do apparently, which I never go to anymore. And I come out and my car was hit and run, so like, I guess someone parked out one of these tight spots and just crunched the back of my, I love saying crunch, don't I? Like, hit the back of my bumper and left a big old dent in the corner and just left. And there's no cameras at Salvation Army because no one really gives a shit if someone takes a 25-cent shirt. So I had to go to the police station. They take pictures. My insurance covered what happened to the car and a rental, but I had to pay the $500 deductible for some idiot asshole who should not be going to Salvation Army. And third and last story happened about a week ago. That's why I kind of got the idea to make this video. So I was at work. My boyfriend has his own car. It's an Acura RSX, so it's super low to the ground. So in the winter, he just put it in his dad's driveway because we only live in a condo. So we only have one spot. So he parked it there for the winter, and we both used my car. He only drove it really when I was tired and I didn't want to drive. So he dropped me off at work because I forgot my pills at home. So I'm just at work maybe for 10 minutes, and then he comes back. And I'm like, and he comes in like, and I'm like, what? Like, I didn't care. I'm like, what? And then he's like, I hit someone. And I was like, I'm like, were they walking? I was thinking like, oh my god, someone was crossing the street and he hit them and they're dead. And it's in my car. And he's like, no, somebody in a car. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. And I'm thinking my car's probably smushed, but let's just be okay with it. And he's like, I'm like, where is it? Because I work in a mall. He's like, where is it? I'm like, where is it? And he's like, it's outside the parking lot. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I asked the girl to cover just for a bit, and I was like, I'll be back in a bit. So I go look at my car. Worst probably out of the 3. The whole front corner of the driver's side was like concaved. Like someone just took a butter knife and just sliced the corner off. And I was like, what happened? Like, I was freaking out. I'm like, are you okay? Like, it's happened? Did someone die? Like, are you hurt? And then he was like, no, like, there's 2 lanes, like, on the main street we have in front of the mall. There's 2 lanes coming this way and 2 lanes coming on, like, oncoming traffic. And then there's a solid line in the middle, and then there's all the stupid plazas on the side, you know, the entrance is coming in and out and crap like that. So he's going to get medicine from home, and he's driving, you know, on one of the side, like on the right side. So he's in one of the 2 lanes here, and then there's oncoming going that way. He's just driving up here, maybe going 60, 65, whatever, the speed limit is 60 in this area, and this stupid ass old lady comes out one of the plazas on the side and decides she's going to cross over 2 lanes and then swivel to oncoming and start going that way. Holy Jehovah. My boyfriend, like, he doesn't see her obviously because she's still on the side, like in the plaza. She shoots out and then decides to stop right in the middle because, oh my god, it's busy going this way. What? There's traffic on oncoming? So she just stops halfway through going, and he's like, oh my god, he sees her. So he starts braking like a freaking crazy person, and the ABS kicks in, and he hits the back of her nasty ass PT Cruiser. So and then he's like, oh my god, freaking out, like, what stupid ass lady just stops over crossing a solid line, you know what I mean? Like, that's literally illegal. So he gets out of the car, she gets out of the car, and she's like, why were you going so fast, whatever. He's like, why don't you learn how to drive? That was hilarious when I heard that. I was like, yeah, bitch. And then, you know, they're like, okay, whatever, we'll meet at the police station because it's just down the street. So he comes and gets me, as I said, and we go to the police station, and she's filling out, like, when you go to the police station, if you have your car in a wreck, you have to fill out, like, a report, like an accident report, you know, just saying, like, where it happened, what your name is, driver's license number, what weather was it, what's your side of the story, where were you, kind of thing. So she was already there, she's writing hers in, like, one room, you can see her in, and me and my boyfriend walk in, and, Sorry, I have like a really dry throat. My boyfriend walk in and we do ours, like he does his right, like sitting down in front of the police guys, you know how they're behind a glass, we're like right in front of there writing it down. He's writing it down, I'm just sitting there looking at the lady like, you son of a bitch. So she comes out, stupid old lady with like a really nice bougie like Gucci purse, but wearing like sweats and like nasty shoes and nasty hair, like she did not love herself. And she comes out and she's like, yeah, so, she was French. This is the first problem. She's like, oh, by the way, you shouldn't be going so fast. You should have slowed down when you saw me. And my boyfriend's like looking at her like, excuse me? Did I am in the wrong here? So I'm just like, go, 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 go. Keep walking. Keep going. Go, go. Because I'm just waiting. Like, my boyfriend's going to get riled up. He's going to want to hit the bitch. I would have hit the bitch. So I'm just finally like, go, go. Like, keep going. And then she kept walking and I was like, peace. So she goes to the police officer, he talks to her, sits her down. My boyfriend goes up, brings the sheet. He's not insured on my car, obviously, because it's just me. But it was okay because he was just using it to get medicine, so like he wasn't in trouble for that. And we're sitting down, you know, waiting for the police officer to like do the works, do the goods. And he comes up to her and he's like, he's speaking in French. And since I'm unfortunately from Quebec, I know French. I like understand it. So I'm listening to him talk to her, and he's like, this is in French. He's like, so it's you're in the fault, like it's your fault, kind of, or how do you word it? Like, you're at fault for this accident. You should never be crossing 4 lanes of traffic, especially oncoming, and stop. You're not allowed to cross a solid line. So so he's saying he's gonna fine her, and she's gonna be the one at fault, right? So she's fighting him. No, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I shouldn't be the one paying for this. I shouldn't be the one doing this. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't doing this. He's fighting back and forth. It's kind of hilarious and like helps our case, being like how she's a crazy ass old lady. So she finally leaves and like he's like, I'm taking a picture of your car for insurance. And I'm like, girl, you don't need a picture of my car for insurance. You ain't even getting your insurance covering this because it's your fault. So finally comes to talk to us, and he's like, woo! She's doesn't believe it's her fault. He's like, so you're not at fault. Your deductible's gonna be waived, which is $500 out of the way. I'm like, phew! And he said he's charging her for like reckless driving and like being an old hag and whatever he's charging her with. And I was like, perfect, thank you. So I had to take pictures of the car, and then I went to my like collision place where I've been for the last 2 accidents, and I walk in and he's like, oh, you're here, you're back already. And I'm like, yeah. The receptionist calls me a frequent flyer. Wasn't my fault this time. So yeah, those are the 3 times I've had car problems, and I still have a rental car right now. It's really nice compared to like the other cars that were there. It's a 2016 Volkswagen Passat, so it's not ugly, it's totally cool, it's white, hate it. I like black cars, like dark cars, but you know what, if my insurance is going to cover me for driving a rental car for like 3 weeks, I'm totally fine with it. Didn't have to pay anything for that accident, totally happy. I'm just happy my boyfriend's safe, and the crazy old lady's going to be calmed down and go away. So I hope you guys drive safe. I know it's not going to be your fault if something happens to it. Like, none of them were my fault when I've been in the car accident. And no, not because I'm a woman, it actually wasn't my fault. I really don't like women drivers, though. I'm like, it's because you're a woman, you drive like a stupid bitch. But, yeah, please be safe. Don't text and drive, or else I will call Oprah, and she will have your ass in a handbag. Alright, so hope you guys like this video. If you have any crazy stories, like, of your car accidents, or, like, people being crazy and fighting with the police, which is totally awesome as well, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to this beautiful channel, and leave a comment down below if you're like, girl, I feel you, or like, girl, you're stupid, or like, whatever, or like, your experience. I want to hear it all. So yes, have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!